Home is a place to laugh, learn, and play, and a place where everyone should always feel safe. That's why at Kidda we believe that protecting children from house fires is everyone's cause. Join us in our mission to help families everywhere learn about fire safety so we can help keep children safe at home and ensure lots more laughs in the future. Learn about the importance of smoke alarms and creating your own home fire safety plan at cause4alarm.org. Hello friends, it's Mr. Jim and welcome back to Kid Short Stories. Right now, I need you to make sure that your parents are following our Instagram page for Kid Short Stories because that is where we have a whole bunch of giveaways this month and I love to go live and hang out with you guys. Well, today's story, we are going to chapter 3 of this crazy adventure that Jane and Harry have stumbled their way into. Are you guys ready to see if they're able to save Christmas? Me too, let's go! Jane and Henry were hurrying back to Mr. Robinson's store so that they could tell him exactly what had happened and that they had found all of the missing items. They were in Mrs. Donaldson's garage. As Jane and Harry were walking up the parking lot towards Mr. Robinson's store, they poked their head in the door and shouted for Mr. Robinson. "Mr. Robinson, are you in here?" shouted Jane. "Oh, I'm in the back. I'm just cleaning up. Come on back here, Jane and Harry. Come on." Jane and Harry entered the store, and they couldn't believe it. All the shelves were empty, and it looked like someone came here with like a giant vacuum or something and had taken everything. "Oh, hey, Jane and Henry. How's it going? Did you find any clues for me?" "We did something better than that," said Harry. "We even found all your things." Mr. Robinson dropped his broom and said, "Wait, you found all my things? Where are they?" "Well, it's kind of a complicated story," said Jane. "You see, Mrs. Donaldson, my teacher, she doesn't remember doing it, but I think she might have somehow sleptwalked, stolen all the stuff out of your store." "She did what? Mrs. Donaldson?" said Mr. Robinson. "She's the sweetest lady in all the school. How could she do such a thing?" "Well, and that's the complicated part," said Harry. "She doesn't remember anything about it. It's like her mind was being controlled by aliens." "Harry, enough about the aliens," as Jane elbowed him in the side. "Oh, what Harry is trying to say is that there seems to be something strange going on. It's probably not aliens, but definitely something strange that we're going to continue to look into, and we'll let you know anything more we find," said Jane. "Oh, thank you very much, and I'll give Mrs. Donaldson a call, and we'll get a truck over there to pick up all the things. Thank you for letting me know, kids." "Bye, Mr. Robinson," shouted Jane as they both left the store and continued on the hunt for more clues. Bzz, 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 bzz. "Ooh, there's another message from HQ," said Harry. As he clicked the button, it said, "Jane and Harry, fantastic work so far. Thank you for keeping us up to date. Well, it seems that there's something also strange going up at the North Pole. You see, the elves have reported an all-time high of new naughty list entries." "What? New naughty list entries? You don't think that, like Mrs. Donaldson, they actually put her on the naughty list now?" said Harry. "I think so," said Jane. "And so we're going to need you to make a trip up to the North Pole to meet with the elves to figure out what on earth might be causing this all-time high of naughty list entries. Make sure to bring some hat and gloves because it is going to be very cold up at the North Pole. Over and out." Shh. Jane and Harry were very excited. They had never been to the North Pole before. That was always a very special mission if someone on the spy team was sent to the North Pole. As they blasted off, it got very, very cold. HQ was not kidding. It's a good thing that they brought hat and gloves because they definitely needed them. As they landed down on a big pile of snow, the elves ran over to meet them.
Oh, hey, Jane and Harry. It's great to see you. We've been waiting for you, and we have a lot of stuff to show you. Come on,
said one of the elves. Jane and Harry followed closely behind as they followed the elf over to one of the workshop buildings. As they walked inside, they were both handed a cup of hot cocoa. Oh, this is the best ever, said Harry. You're right, this is so much better than the stuff we have at home, said Jane. How do you guys get this stuff? Is this like a secret recipe, or can we bring this home with us?
Holy peppermint milkshakes. Yes, of course that's a secret recipe, and no, you cannot take it home. That is only reserved for the North Pole. But take a look at this chart here. As the elf pulled out a long pointer, he pointed his stick up at a big map and a whole bunch of numbers and charts and screens, and it was a little confusing. Yes, well, this looks very impressive, but do you think you could explain to me what in the world is going on here? Said Jane, as both Jane and Harry's eyes were a little cross as they couldn't understand what all they were looking at. Well, you see, the problem here is this line of the growth of people on the naughty list is going sky high. We've never seen such a large increase of naughty participants, and unfortunately, at this rate, we're going to run out of coal. And if we don't have enough coal for all the naughty people, then we will have to cancel Christmas this year.
Wait a second. Me and my brother, Harry, we're on the nice list. We're not on the naughty list. So why would you cancel Christmas even for us? Am I misunderstanding you?
No, unfortunately, you're understanding me correctly. And it's a very old rule that we have not had to use for a very long time. And we really don't want to have to do it. But it says if we don't have enough coal for all the naughty people on the list, then there's no presents or Christmas for anyone.
Jane and Harry had just now uncovered a very important detail to this entire mystery that is absolutely horrible. What if Christmas was actually canceled? Wait, Mr. Elf, said Jane. Is there any way to get someone off the naughty list? Like our teacher, Mrs. Donaldson, she didn't steal and rob the store on purpose. Something must have been controlling her, but she's not a naughty person. Is there any way for her to get back on the nice list?
Well, considering the situation, yes, Santa would consider apology letter. If she wrote an I'm sorry letter and sent it here, then yes, we could consider moving her back over to the nice list.
All right, Harry, there's actually a chance. Okay, thank you so much, elves, for everything. You've been super helpful, but we got to get back out there and figure this out. Bye.
Mr. Harry, did you fill your pockets with our hot chocolate mix?
Harry's eyes got very big. They had caught him red-handed. Yeah, it's so good. I'm sorry. Here.
Good job owning up to it, Harry,
said the elf.
We'll get you a to-go cup so that you can have another cup of hot cocoa to go. Sound good?
That would be great, said Harry. As Jane and Harry were flying back to their home, they kept scratching their head and trying to think of what could be the cause of all of this mess. Wait a second, Jane, said Harry. Hold on. Let's pull over. Jane and Harry landed down on one of the snowy mountains as they were leaving the North Pole. Harry was pulling something out of his spy pack. What is it, Harry? Said Jane. I gotta get our walkie-talkie. I was just thinking of something. Do you remember a little while ago when another kid on the spy team found the secret channel that Dr. Stinky Breath uses to communicate on their walkie-talkies? Oh yeah, said Jane. Do you think he's a part of this? He's totally got to be a part of this, said Harry. I just got to remember, what channel was it? I think it was 8, said Jane. Harry moved the dial on the walkie-talkie all the way to number 8, and then they listened close. Shh. All right, purple ninjas. Do I have your attention? Please let me know if you can hear me on this walkie-talkie. Shh.
Yep, we can hear you, boss. What do you want to tell us?
Shh. All the tests have come back great. We are getting closer to destroying Christmas, and we must make sure this sticky goo touches everyone in the whole world to get everyone on the naughty list. We're running out of time. We must activate the final stage.
Shh. Jane, did you hear that? Said Harry. Yes, we have to let HQ know. Oh no! Jane and Harry have just discovered that somehow Dr. Stinky Breath and the Purple Ninjas are somehow connected to why everyone is appearing now on the naughty list. What in the world is going on? And are they going to be able to stop them in time to save Christmas? We'll have to wait and see what happens on the next chapter. Great job. You listened all the way to the end. And you know what time it is? It's time for Kid Shout Out. I want to say hey to Rowan and Fox from Pennsylvania, Jason from British Columbia, Mela from Connecticut, Mrs. Coe's class from Iowa, Neil from Minnesota, Ethan and Oliver from California, and Rayla from Arizona. I'm so glad that you're all in the Kid Short Stories family and on our spy team. We could not stop Dr. Stinky Breath and his crew without you, my friends. Well, you have a super duper day. And I will see you on our next adventure. Bye. Home is a place to laugh, learn, and play, and a place where everyone should always feel safe. That's why at Kidda we believe that protecting children from house fires is everyone's cause. Join us in our mission to help families everywhere learn about fire safety so we can help keep children safe at home and ensure lots more laughs in the future. Learn about the importance of smoke alarms and creating your own home fire safety plan at cause4alarm.org.